determine capacity or weight using appropriate units and tools. Weight is how heavy something is. Capacity is how much liquid a container can hold. The customary system is used in the U.S. It uses ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. The metric system is used all over the world. It uses milliliters and liters.
All right, boys and girls, this is Mrs. Miller here, and I am here to tell you a little story. This is actually a story that Mrs. Ferris shared with me a couple of years ago, and it's a story about a kingdom, and that kingdom is called Capacity Kingdom. Now, boys and girls, this is a fictional story. It is not real. It's a story that Mrs. Ferris taught me to help me figure out how many cups are in a quart, how many cups are in a gallon, how many pints are in a gallon. It's a story that you can use to help you convert those units in the customary system. So I'm going to tell you my story. It's called Capacity Kingdom. So in Capacity Kingdom, there was a very famous, very popular, very well-loved king, and his name was King Gallon. So there's King Gallon right there, and he was the king of the kingdom. And King Gallon, he was so popular that he had 4 queens. So I'm going to draw 4 queens inside of King Gallon. There are his 4 queens. Wow. And King Gallon and his 4 queens, they each had some children together. And they both had, each queen had a prince and a princess. So there's my prince and princess. And each prince and princess, they really liked fancy, nice things. And so each prince and princess had 2 crowns, a gold one and a silver one. So I'm going to give them each 2 C's to represent their crowns. All right. So that is my story, boys and girls. I know it's a silly story. There's not really a plot or anything that happens in it. But the reason behind this story is that it actually shows us the different sizes of each of our units. So if you look at King Gallon, the big old G, he represents the gallon, the largest unit of measurement for capacity in the customary system. Now inside the G you see 4-letter Q's. Each of those Q's represents a queen, like I said, but we can also think of it like quarts. Quarts are the next largest measurement in the customary system, and there are, as you can see, 4 quarts in a gallon, so it takes 4 quarts to make a gallon. Now each quart has a prince and a princess inside of it. Those P's don't stand for prince and princess when we're talking about measurement. They stand for pints. So each quart has 2 pints in it. And then you can see that each prince and princess has 2 crowns, and those little C's, those stand for cups. So each pint has 2 cups in it. So you can use this graphic, this visual, to draw this out and kind of help you understand, like maybe you're being asked how many pints are in 3 quarts. Well, if you look at the 3 queens, you can now pretty easily see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 princes and princesses or pints in those 3 quarts. So you can use this chart to help you convert some of those units. I would encourage you to try this story at home. You can tell it to somebody that lives with you. You can draw it on paper, draw it in your notebook, and I hope that this helps you remember how many cups, pints, and quarts are in a gallon.
Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Kiser again. Good to see ya. We are going to start off another week of distance learning in math, and this week we are going to learn about capacity and compare it to weight. So remember, weight is how heavy something is, and capacity is how much liquid or how much volume a container can hold. So I walked around my house and I found some objects, some containers that hold liquid, and I'm going to show you what they are and how much they can hold, what their capacity is. I found this bottle of club soda at my house. All you have to do is when you want to find out what the capacity is you look usually down at the bottom. There's going to be some letters and numbers, and that's where you can find it. This says right here that this is a 2-liter bottle. So this whole bottle, when it's filled, holds 2 liters of liquid. That's the capacity. So if this is 2, half of it would be 1. That's right. You're so smart. Good job. Also, I found my favorite drink in the world, a bottle of Diet Coke. Let's see what the capacity is here. It says that this is measured in ounces. This is 20 fluid ounces. 20 fluid ounces, okay? Let's see here. I also found some beef broth that I cook with. It's very yummy. This is 1 quart. So a quart is another way that we can measure the capacity of something. I have my cleaning Clorox right here. This is 1 quart as well. They also say in parentheses that it's 946 milliliters. Milliliters are from the metric system, not the customary system, but they put it on there also. So remember, in the United States, we use the customary system, and other places they use the metric system. We're going to teach you a little bit about both. So I have some measuring tools that I found inside of my house, and I have a big, huge bucket of water. And I'm curious what I can fill up to create other types of units. So I want to be able to see how many cups go into a pint or something like that. I can play around, and I encourage you to do the same thing at your house. Go and find all of your fun measuring cups and things like that. Start filling them up with water, and you can use these right here, and you can see what it equals, all right? And you can play around with it. Another fun tip I have for you is to put some food coloring in your water so that you can really see the water whenever it's in here, because this is clear and our water is clear, so it's kind of hard to see. But if you have food coloring, that's an awesome way to go. So let's see here. I'm curious to find out how many cups are in a pint. So I have 1 cup right here. I'm gonna fill this up until I get to 1 pint and see how many cups it makes. Let's see, we got 1. And if I look at where my 1 cup is, it's right here. Okay, so it only filled up to right here. I gotta keep going. And I have 2 cups in here now. And if I look right here, I can see that 2 cups makes 1 pint. Now let's see how many cups are gonna be in 1 quart. I'm gonna keep going. So I already have 2, 3. You get to make a mess, it's fun. 4. Oh, I need a little bit more. Almost got it. 4 cups makes 1 quart. So now this is filled up to 1 quart. Did I have anything over here that was equivalent to 1 quart? Yes, I did. So this beef broth container is actually holding this much beef broth. This is measured out to 1 quart. If I wanted to, I could dump all of this in here, but I don't want to waste my beef broth. I'm going to use that for cooking. So let's see, we can pour our water back in. Another unit that we measure with is ounces. Ounces are little bitty. I found a medicine cup that comes with little plastic containers of medicine, and you pour your medicine in here and drink it. This is 1 ounce. So I can also fill up my ounce with water and see how many ounces are in a cup. Let's find out. So here's my cup. Here's 1, 2 ounces, 3 ounces, 4 ounces, 5 ounces, 6 ounces, 7 ounces. Oh my gosh, I'm almost to the top. And 8 ounces makes 1 cup. That's awesome. How fun. So you know, it's really, really fun to do this outside because you get to make a mess. And you get to do things like maybe water your plants with this water that you play with outside. You could drink a little bit of it if you wanted to, unless it has food coloring in it, or you got it really dirty. Remember, we got to stay healthy. Or you could do something really, really fun, like throw it at somebody, or throw it at your parents, or a camera!
Ah! 1.
Doo-doo-doo, I'm just minding my own business with 1 cup of water. And I'm gonna throw it.
Hi kids. This week we're going to be learning about liquid capacity and measuring liquid volume with the correct units. So you'll be hearing the terms fluid ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. So Mr. T has found some stuff around the house to kind of give you an idea of what each unit of measurement will be. And so he's about to show you. Okay, are you ready? Okay, the first thing Mr. T is going to show you is this is the thing he found at his house. It's just a little small container, artificial tears. I guess when Mr. T's eyes are dry, he just puts this on. But this is about 1 fluid ounce of liquid. Okay, this little small container. So moving on up. Now, 8 of these guys is going to equal to 1 cup. So a cup is about this glue bottle right here. This glue bottle is actually 7.625 fluid ounces, almost 8. Okay, but we have also this Lucky hand sanitizer here. It's about 8 fluid ounces. This is about a cup. Okay, another thing Mr. T found at his house was this Banana Boat Sport Performance sunscreen. Yes, sunscreen. So, and it's about 8 fluid ounces. So these 3 right here is about a cup. Okay, so 8 of these guys, I can fit 8 of these guys into each one of these containers. Okay, after the cup, if we have 2 cups, okay, 2 cups is going to equal to this guy. This guy is a water bottle. Now, a water bottle is about 1.05 pints. Okay, 1.05 pints. So, which in other words is 2 cups or 16 of these guys. And you can see it's about 16.9 fluid ounces. Okay, so this is a pint. Now, 2 of these guys, 2 water bottles right here, is going to equal to this guy. This guy is exactly 1 U.S. quart QT. Okay, and this is a oil. It's a quart of oil that Mr. T uses for his car. Okay, all right, moving on up. 4 of these guys is going to equal to this obviously gallon of milk. Okay, now this is not really milk, it's just water for Mr. T's car. He puts water in his car in the radiator so that, yeah, his car can not overheat. So this, you guys would know, would be have milk in it, but obviously the milk is gone. So yeah, that is 1 gallon. Okay, all right, those are your units of liquid capacity. Okay, in this picture here, we have a guy filling up his car. What unit of measurement do you think would be best for the amount of gasoline that's going to go into this car to measure? You guessed it, gallons. In this picture here, there's a cyclist drinking from her water bottle. What unit of measurement do you think is best to measure how much liquid is in this container? And yes, that is correct. Pints. Pints is the best way to measure how much liquid is in this container. Okay, in this photo, we have kids drinking from a milk carton, kind of like the same milk cartons that you guys drink in school. What unit of measurement do you think is best that describes how much milk these kids are drinking? And that is correct. Cups. Okay. Some of you guys may have thought pints, which is true because it does say half a pint down here. So, but it's usually 1 cup of milk. Okay. 1 cup of milk. All right. Ooh, Christmas cookie flavor. I've never had this one before. That looks so good. Oh, I need to buy this one. Okay. So, in this photo, how much ice cream do you think is going to be in this container? Roughly about. It's not going to be exact, but roughly about. That is correct. It's going to be about 2 quarts, okay? 2 quarts of ice cream in this container. This container is actually half a gallon, so about 2 quarts, okay? Okay, now Mr. T likes to put this inside his coffee in the morning, okay? So which unit of measurement best describes the amount of liquid in this little container? And this one's kind of hard in case, because I know you guys don't drink coffee, but maybe you've seen your parents put this in their coffee. All right, and the answer is ounces. Okay, this is about almost half an ounce. Okay, half an ounce, almost. It's like 0.4 of an ounce. Okay. All right. Now, if in this bathtub here, Mr. T's dream bathtub, what is the correct unit of measurement used to measure the amount of water in this bathtub? Doesn't that look so relaxing? Yep, that is correct. Gallons. Gallons. This looks so good. This is one of Mr. T's favorite meals that he likes to eat. This is known as the Vietnamese pho, beef noodle soup, Vietnamese beef noodle soup. So, what is the correct unit of measurement used to measure the amount of liquid in this delicious bowl of pho? That is correct. You guessed it. It's about a quart. Okay, this is about a 1 quart of liquid broth that is in a normal bowl of pho. Okay, this kid does not like to take medicine. What is the correct unit of measurement used to figure out how much this child has taken? And that is correct. Ounces. Okay.